Well, this has been one of the worst weeks of my life. Actually, this thus far in my life, this has been the worst week. Um, I've been married for 28 years, and just recently my husband passed away. I don't know how other people feel, but this is hard. You think you are prepared because somebody's been sick for a while, but when that day comes and that's somebody that you love, you shared your life with, it's different. It hits very different. But I will say that I still believe that God knows what's best, and that everything that we go through, even if we can't see it at that time, it's all for a bigger purpose than we could ever even imagine until the time comes. In hindsight, I guess thinking about it, I just thought, it's been the last few years. It's been pretty hard. In the wintertime, he gets pretty sick, and then spring comes around, and he pumps up. Things turn around. But it didn't happen that way this year, and so I sit on the eve of getting ready to put or lay my husband to rest, and not knowing exactly what words to say to comfort my children, but except that we still believe God. We still know that all things work together for the good for them that love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose, his riches and glory. We still believe that God is sovereign, and that he knows what's best, even if we can't understand it, even in the midst of tears. And I've shed a lot of tears. But God is God. And at the end of the day, you can't just have faith when things are going well, when things are happy. But you got to have faith, and you've got to trust that God is God. He knows what's best for you. He knows what's best for your family. And you just got to hang in there. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Don't ever stop. And keep the good memories. And I suppose that's where I am. I have so many good memories, and I'm sure that you guys out there have so many good memories of those loved ones that you've lost. It may not be as I have just lost my husband, and now what a new journey. Still got 2 children to finish raising, and we're just gonna trust God. That's all I want to do. Trust God. That's what I've been doing for the last 20, 28, 29, 30 years. Trusting God. That's all I know to do. There comes a time when our faith has to be tested. Sometimes it's tested through an illness. Sometimes it's tested through watching somebody that you love become weaker and weaker and weaker. Sometimes it's tested with a wayward child, a strained relationship with the loved one. And yes, sometimes it's tested in death of a loved one. But we must realize that God is in control. And weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So I just want to encourage you, and in turn encourage myself, that God, he knows our days are numbered. He knows what they are. He knows our beginning. He knows our end. He knows all the pain that we're going to go through this journey. He knows everything about us. Whether we accept him or whether we reject him, he knows everything about us. And he is the only one that can really and truly comfort. He knows what to give somebody else to encourage you, because he knows what you need. And so I would encourage you, even in the midst of my pain, in the midst of me going through, I want to encourage you all out there to just put your faith in God. Because we're all going to go through trials and tribulations. We're all going to have something in our lives that comes that seems like it just knocked us off our feet. But I just believe that if we trust God, that he will give us, just like his word said, he will give us beauty for ashes. And I know, even though my heart is aching, even though, even right now speaking, I'm trying to hold back the tears. But I know that I know that I know that I know that God is real. He is faithful. He is just. He doesn't put more on us than we can bear. He is who he say he is. And I can't at this point in my life, and I hope that you come to a point in your life that you realize it is more important to have a relationship with God. It is more important to know that there is nothing else out there. There's some things that'll make you feel good in the moment. But that solid foundation, having faith in the one true God, the God of the Bible, is what gives you strength. What gives you, it's like when it feels like you can't go on, it's, you'll get a still small voice saying, hold on, I'm here with you. Because I truly believe what the word says. It says, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And again, he doesn't put more on us than we can bear. Now, I'll be honest, right now, it feels like I can hardly bear it. But every time I feel that way, God will bring somebody. Somebody will give me a phone call. Somebody will give me an encouraging word. And I've been kind of silent for a week. But I just know that I'm not the only one going through something right now. There is somebody else out there, just like somebody has had to encourage me this last week. And I'm probably going to need even more encouragement after I lay my husband to rest. He's gone he's fought his fight. And he's gone on to meet the Lord. And one day I will. And one day, if you're listening, whether it's one person listening to this video, or whether it's 1,000 people, whether it's however many people, every person on this earth has to meet the Lord one day. So I said all that to say, God is faithful. Even in the midst of your going through, trust God. He'll see you through it. Trust God, because he said he would never leave you. He would never forsake you. And that's what I'm trusting in. I've been through some other things in my life, and he's always been there for me. Even when I wasn't trying to live nowhere near what I knew I should live. I was running from God. I wasn't trying to live saved. I wasn't even trying to be around people who were trying to live saved. But yet in God's grace and mercy, he grafted me back in. He didn't let me go so far that I couldn't come back in. And I just want to encourage you that we go through things in this life, but when we have Christ, we don't have to go through it alone. There's strength in knowing who God is, and there's strength in being with the people of God. There's strength in reading the Bible, praying, and just trusting that God knows what's best for you. So be blessed. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And may God be with you. And you have a blessed week.